WWE legend Triple H has claimed that he feared death after undergoing heart surgery last year. The renowned figure, real name Paul Levesque, said earlier this year that he would never wrestle again after having a terrible cardiac incident that forced him to take a break from his career until this summer. So how did this happen? Stay tuned as we unravel this mystery. To begin with, what do we know about Triple H's fear for his life when undergoing a heart surgery? The 53-year-old underwent surgery at Yale New Haven Hospital in Connecticut in late September. A statement from WWE confirmed the news, saying Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Triple H, underwent a successful treatment last week at Yale New Haven Hospital following a cardiac episode. A genetic heart condition triggered the episode, and Paul is anticipated to make a full recovery. The cardiac event, depth, has yet to be revealed, but the 14-time world champion shortly announced his retirement from the ring. Triple H, who has 3 daughters with Stephanie McMahon, the daughter of recently retired Vince McMahon, has returned to work for WWE. He was promoted to Chief Content Officer earlier this week, in addition to his roles as head of talent relations, live events, talent development, and creative services. In an emotional interview with BT Sports, Ariel Helwani, he opened up about their split last year. "It's a gift to look at your life through those eyes," Triple H stated. "If they tell you you're going to die on Tuesday, no one will say, 'Well, I have a board meeting on Friday.' It makes no difference. I love what I do, I love the passion, and I love being a part of creating the magic that WWE does for people worldwide. It's my life's passion, yet it pales compared to my love for my children and wife. That may all go away. You think about life differently. Well, what are your thoughts on this subject? Please leave a comment below." Moving on, plans for Roman Reigns' next opponent at WWE Survivor Series. Roman Reigns has not only overcome every challenge that WWE has thrown at him, but he has also successfully maintained his title as Universal Champion for the past 2 years. The head of the table has maintained his undisputed Universal Championship dominance by successfully defending his titles against all of his opponents. Most WWE fans predicted Drew McIntyre would end Reigns' long winning streak. The Scottish Warrior was beaten, however, due to the decisive intervention of Solo Sikoa. Now that Reigns' clash at the castle is in the rearview mirror, it begs the issue of who will face the tribal chief next. With Roman Reigns having one clash at the castle, the problem of who will challenge the tribal chief next arises. Zero News has revealed on social media that a potential #1 contenders tournament is in the works to determine Roman Reigns' Survivor Series opponent. We'll have to wait and see if any of those 2 names will be Roman's next opponent after the #1 contender tournament is held. On social media, Zero News revealed that a potential #1 contenders tournament is planned to choose Roman Reigns' opponent for Survivor Series. Following that, Tommy Fury may return to WWE to face Roman Reigns. Following the conclusion of Clash at the Castle, Roman Reigns' position as the most famous superstar in the company has become even more secure. After a spectacular fight against Drew McIntyre at the UK Stadium show, the tribal chief came out on top and stared down Tyson Fury in the ring as the victor. Following McIntyre's defeat, the Gypsy King came to encourage him and stood face to face against Roman Reigns. Both superstars stared each other down in a polite manner as they faced off against each other. After seeing the epic stare down, many began to speculate that a fight would be arranged soon. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter stated that the possibilities of a match between Tyson Fury and Drew McIntyre are relatively low, since the boxing phenom was pushed as a babyface on the night. This information was included in the newsletter. On the other hand, he went on to say that a match between Roman Reigns and Jeff Fury is still a possibility, but one that won't take place for quite some time. Next up, a wrestling veteran believes that a former WWE star may make a comeback to the promotion if he was personally called up by Triple H. In a recent interview, Conan discussed the possibility that John John Morrison and Taya Valkyrie. Morrison's wife may return to WWE if Triple H called them personally and invited them back. Many brilliant performers such as Morrison and Valkyrie were eliminated from the global juggernaut's budget due to the massive cuts made in 2020 to 2021. However, many, such as Braun Strowman, Dakota Kai, and Karrion Kross, among others, have made their way back to the company with Triple H at the helm of things. Speaking on the most recent episode of his podcast, Keeping It 100, Conan answered a fan who wondered if Morrison and Valkyrie could be back in the promotion. Conan also addressed the possibility that Morrison and Valkyrie could be back in the promotion. The WCW legend added that even though both of them were upset with how they were fired, they may think about returning if Hunter personally got in touch with them. Moving on, John Morrison, a former WWE superstar, is in communication with both Tony Khan and AEW at this time. Since departing the worldwide juggernaut, John Morrison has wrestled for various promotions, including AEW under the ring name Johnny Elite. AEW is one of these promotions. He did not, however, sign a full-time contract with Tony Khan's organization. According to a recent report from Sportskeeda's Dr. Chris Featherstone, Morrison is in contact with Khan about his situation in AEW, which has so far yielded positive results. If the 42-year-old wrestler signs a contract with AEW, it will be incredibly tough for him to return to WWE. Taya Valkyrie also works for numerous worldwide promotions, including Impact Wrestling, GCW, and others. She didn't even get to work on the main roster during her first stint with WWE. So returning to the organization could allow her to showcase her abilities in front of a larger audience. Do you think John Morrison and Taya Valkyrie will rejoin the global juggernaut? Share your opinions in the comment section below. Following that, Bobby Lashley nearly loses his title reign in Colorado Springs. After winning a steel cage match on Raw, the Almighty decided to keep his position as the dominant wrestler. The main event in Colorado Springs was a street battle between two competitors for the US Championship. Bobby Lashley and The Miz were among those that took part. As a result of Ciampa's interference, the odds were more in Lister's favor, which meant that things may have gone worse for the champion. Fortunately for Lashley, Dexter Lumis came through with the rescue, allowing him to defend his title. Lumis then exited the ring, carrying The Miz on his shoulders. Lumis has saved Bobby Lashley from the tragedy multiple times, and this latest one is no exception. WWE may opt to tag team the superstars at some point in the future, providing the up-and-comer a chance to turn on the champion and maybe win a title match. Up next, Colorado Springs has 4 champions for the 24/7 title. The 24/7 championship is noted for alternating between superstars. Numerous brawlers have competed for the title, with Dana Brooke lately reigning supreme. Brooke decided to defend her 24/7 title against Nikki ASH and Tamina. What happened next was an odd exchange. Nikki won the gold before being betrayed by the referee, who won by pinfall. Dana Brooke dethroned Tamina after she rose to the moment and overcame the official. Following that, Chris Jericho selects the 4 iconic WWE superstars who will be honored on his wrestling Mount Rushmore. Former WWE superstar Chris Jericho recently revealed the 4 individuals he would like to see on his own wrestling Mount Rushmore. These 4 performers in particular all contributed to Jericho's enthusiasm for the profession. Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and Owen Hart are among the names on the list. During a recent Superstar crossover interview, the former WWE champion explained why he chose these 4 men in particular. Unlike many others, Chris Jericho had the opportunity to battle practically everyone on his list at some point throughout his career. Unfortunately, he never got to face his fellow Canadian, the late great Owen Hart. Finally, Chris Jericho discusses his upcoming match versus Ricky Steamboat. In 2009, the Dragon was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame and briefly returned to the ring, primarily working against Y2J. Speaking on his podcast, Talk Is Jericho, the Canadian star stated that while working with Steamboat at both WrestleMania 25 and Backlash, the Hall of Famer was nearly better than every other young performer on the roster. Which four iconic wrestlers would you include on your wrestling Mount Rushmore? Please share your thoughts in the comments box below. Well, that marks the end of our video for today. We hope you enjoyed it. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more content like this in the future. Thanks for watching.